Now, here's Chief Meteorologist Tony Petrarca with your live Pinpoint Doppler 12 Futurecast.
Well, a number of factors that we're tracking tonight. Moisture coming up the East Coast right now, initially in the form of rain. Cold air draining down from Canada and upstate New York, all mixing together for some messy weather tomorrow morning. In the meantime, on live Pinpoint Doppler 12 radar, monitoring some heavier rain now coming onshore ahead of the storm system. Temperature still mild in the 40s, so in the form of rain. You can see readings now in Providence at 44 after topping out in the low 50s. The wind north at 7, humidity at 68%. It'll take several more hours before we get the air cold enough to support snow. It'll happen first in the northern part of the state and then lastly towards the coastline later tomorrow morning. In Smithfield now, temperature at 43, so these numbers are still pretty warm for a midwinter night. Mid-40s in Taunton, New Bedford at 44, and a westerly coming in the mid-40s as well. So threat tracker overnight in the low level or medium level yellow in anticipation of some colder rain late at night mixing with some wet snow towards daybreak. And then no surprise here for Friday, putting it up at the high level with rain and snow changing to all snow, heavy at times, and really having a big impact on the morning commute. The worst of the weather by far from roughly 6, 7 o'clock in the morning until about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Things improving tomorrow evening, tomorrow night with better weather coming up for Saturday. In fact, most of the weekend looks nice. What's left of the warmer temperatures, readings in the 40s, just hanging on to southeastern New England. Notice as you draw back towards upstate New York, the colder air in darker blue. The leading edge of it is right about here. So it's going to take several more hours for that cold air to reach the coastline, and then once it does, we begin to switch over to some wet, heavy snow. So here's the setup along the East Coast. You see this pipeline of moisture advancing north and east, developing storm across the Carolina coastline right now. This will track north and east, and at the same time, the cold air coming down, and that spells the heavy snow for tomorrow morning. Take a look at Futurecast starting off at 11 o'clock this evening with the rain coming in as we get late night, early morning. Here we are at about 8 a.m. The strip of dark blue represents very heavy snow. Most areas at that time snowing at a pretty good clip. Lower southeast Mass, coastal Mass, still some rain, but a quick change over to snow, I would say by 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. Steady snow, heavy snow continues through the morning up until about noontime. This is 12 noon. And then mid to late afternoon, the precipitation, the snow begins to let up a little bit. This is 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And by late day, early evening, the whole thing is out of here. In fact, clearing skies by 7 o'clock tomorrow night, brisk and colder. Forecast amounts haven't really made any big changes. I just added an extra inch to each zone, so going 5 to 7 across most of our viewing area by mid-afternoon tomorrow, and 3 to 5 right along the immediate shoreline. This will be a wet, sticky, heavy snow. It'll stick to tree limbs and power lines. It'll come down heavy at times during the morning, so certainly a big impact on travel. Futurecast showing the precipitation. Again, here's a close-up view with the snow moving in by 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. This is pretty much the rain snow line, and watch how it sinks off to the south. So by noontime, all locations snowing at a pretty good clip. Notice the temperatures dropping off as well, and then turning colder tomorrow night. So initially you see some rain, the switch to sleet and some wet, heavy snow by around 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Temperature at 34. Morning commute, can't stress this enough, very, very difficult. We're not surprising me to see snowfall rates of about an inch per hour, very poor visibility, snow-covered roads, and a temperature at 34. And then watch the improvement by the evening commute. By late afternoon and early evening, snow shuts off. Skies start to dry out, windy and drier, looking at a temperature at 32 degrees. The roads will still be slippery at that time. 7-day Futurecast, better weather for the weekend, both Saturday and Sunday. Colder next weekend. Going to watch Tuesday with some interest, the potential for more snow and a temperature in the mid-30s. Real sloppy from roughly 6 a.m. till about 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
All right, cancellations will be at the bottom of your screen. There is